Yo, this is Dorky Diggedy Dave, and today we are talking Fantastic Four Hero Side. My main man here, John. John, tell us what you do here.
Hey, I'm Kabam John. I do a lot of QA work over here at Kabam. So pretty much anything that you guys see in the fight, characters' abilities, synergies, quest buffs, boost, everything that's in a fight, I work with that.
Nice, so you can tell me all about synergies, boosts, all that kind of stuff in the Fantastic Four.
Of course, I can certainly do my best.
All right, well, tell me this. What were you hoping to achieve with all these crazy synergies? Like, these are the most unique synergies that I've seen in the game since I've played, and I've been here day one. What were you trying to achieve with that?
So I think synergies are a really good option for us to be able to make potent defender characters, and then later with synergies, rather than a rework or something like that, actually make them viable on attack as well. So you see stuff like Thing, where he's this amazing defender, but then he has these ridiculous synergies that he's awesome on attack with. So I think with the Fantastic Four, they've got to have crazy synergies together, right? They're Marvel's family.
Now, one of the things that I've never seen before, like you do a special attack with Thing and all of a sudden there's like fire coming in.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what is that about? And all of a sudden you got an invisible shield also on him. So there's this collection of all their special abilities together, which really brings home the Fantastic Four. So like, how is that even possible?
Yeah, so that's exactly what we're going for with it, where we really wanted to make this feel like the most cohesive unit in the game. We love the Fantastic Four in the office. We're so excited we could finally bring them in the game. And we knew we had to make something special. So we spent weeks, months, I don't even remember how long it was, just like making this new tech so we can have kind of similar to something like you see in some other fighting games where the people on your team, they actually change the current fight you're in. And the best way we found to do that was with stuff like Sue Storm's shield on all the rest of the Fantastic Four and making those special attacks, so Thing getting the extra rocks in with the rest of your guys. That's what we found to be just like the best and most enjoyable for players.
Nice. Now, it's almost bad form to put all of the same class in one team. And Fantastic Four are all science champions, and that's usually not the best strategic move. Usually that's just a recipe for defeat going down any one path. So what was the thought process on that in terms of like compensating for that particular strategy?
Yeah, so in terms of just like straight from the lore perspective, is like all the Fantastic Four have got their powers through the same method. So it feels kind of weird if we were to put them all at a different class for each one. So we knew right from the get-go that they all had to be the same class. And I think kind of making the trade-off of having these crazy synergies and this really good cohesive unit where they're all working together so well, it's worth it to make that risk of suddenly you don't have the class advantage and you're kind of working through the same archetype of science characters are really good at what science characters do. You go on a map with a bunch of mystics, you're going to mess them up, but you go with a bunch of skill characters, maybe not so much. So being able to give them some extra power by having this risk of you have to bring all the same class is kind of a good trade-off for us.
So biggest damage and best utility, what are your top moves from each category with the Fantastic Four?
So biggest damage is a pretty easy one for me. Thing with champion synergy, you bring in Heimdall for the Thor Ragnarok healing too, just blows people up by far. In my opinion, outside of the Mystic matchup with Human Torch, that's just easily the highest damage. And then on the flip side, utility, I actually think, so Mr. Fantastic has some wonderful synergies and really good pre-fights for his utility. But I think with how prevalent healing is in a lot of the defenders, I think Torch is just the best. So easy, just like 2 combos and you're already reversing their healing. It's so useful.
So not everyone has everyone. So give me your best bare bones team for people that don't have all 4 of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, so I think my favorite just like 2-person team right now for the Fantastic Fours, I really like bringing Mysterio and Invisible Woman. The 2 of them together are already like really good characters on their own, but if you bring Mysterio and Invisible Woman, you get bonus power gain every single time that you miss when you're using Mysterio. His heavy attack gives him a 100% chance to miss. Suddenly you start charging your heavy, you just turn into a mini ghost, you're getting tons of power, start throwing specials like crazy. It speeds up his loop a ton, he starts getting a bunch of bonus extra damage with all those specials. I think he's a little slept on right now. I think that's just a wonderful, wonderful synergy for him. And then just solo, it's really hard to beat Human Torch as an attacker. He's got so much utility in his base kit, and he's got some really good dot damage. I think he's just by far the best solo to bring in.
Now, when you say dot damage, what does that mean?
So damage over time. So if you go in with your pre-fight, you play with your temperature correctly, you get those Nova incinerates, that guy's HP bar is just gone. You start melting people.
So crossfight ability, now that we're bringing that in, this is a whole different type of synergy pre-fight ability. This is a new dynamic because now you're using someone else's pre-fight ability on a champion that doesn't even have a pre-fight ability. So what's that about?
Yeah, so I'm super excited to see what we do with the new pre-fight and the new crossfight we've introduced with Mr. Fantastic. Not only with Mr. Fantastic, but the possibility of using it with more characters in the future. It gives us so much more design space and so many more opportunities to help, like we've done with like Winter Soldier, for example, with his synergies, with making him better, doing it in even a broader area where you can just put a debuff on the opponent, give your other people on your team a buff, use it almost like a synergy, or we make new defenders where suddenly like Mr. Fantastic's a little bit hard to get off on defense, but we can really bake a character's kit around that, and suddenly that character you go in, it's a dump fight, it's an easy fight to get through, but you have a debuff on you for the rest of the quest. There's so much space that we can use that for.
And now, is that only going to be on Mr. Fantastic, or are there other crossfight abilities coming in different champions?
So far, we only have it on Mr. Fantastic.
So are you saying that Mr. Fantastic is fantastic?
It's a bit of a stretch.
Oh, that's good. So we do have another hero, but we know who I'm talking about.
Of course.
A little bit shiny.
Yeah.
Not exactly golden.
He likes his days on the beach.
Because he's surfing?
Because he's surfing.
All right. Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
We saw it with Gabe earlier about Galactus being there, so we know that the Herald is coming in, and possibly more Heralds. But this is the Herald that we're focusing on right now.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I'm really excited for Silver Surfer. So for those of you that met me at Comic-Con, you know that I'm a big fan of Dr. Octopus. His kit is amazing, it's ridiculous, but it's a little bit more difficult than you might see for the average character. And I think we're doing something Silver with Surfer where he's gonna be one of those characters that has a lot of mastery to him. And once you really start getting used to his loop and you start getting those going, he's just so satisfying to play. He's got some ridiculously amazing animations and VFX too.
I'm excited about that.
Oh yeah,
I am excited about that. Are we talking big yellow numbers here?
Oh, there'll be many variety of numbers.
Other colors? Are we bringing other colors into the mix?
A spectrum of colors. There'll be some extra numbers for sure.
Good. I'm excited to see it.
Oh yeah.
So that takes care of the heroes for now. So we've got the Fantastic Four, we've got excellent synergies. We have a new way to use those synergies where we have extra special attacks that are comboing together in fights. We have crossfight abilities.
Oh yeah.
And not only that, but you can use those abilities with champions that don't even have those abilities. So you've got the Fantastic Four pretty much covered, not only as a family, but with abilities, everything is shared. I think you guys knocked that out of the park.
Hey, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm super happy with how they came out over the year. I think Gabe's vision for all of their art has been awesome. The character team's done a really good job of bringing them all together, and I'm super excited to see what crazy stuff you guys come up with Reed Richards.
Well, you're gonna see it.
I'm a little scared.
You're gonna see it. So once again, guys, this is Dorky Diggedy Dave. I'm here with John, and we talked about the heroes of the Fantastic Four. So make sure to subscribe and all that good stuff. And remember, stay dorky. Now catch y'all on the flip.
Hippopotamus? I thought it was flippity flop. Flippopotamus? Did you change it?
I didn't change it. I added to it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Stay dorky, and I'll catch y'all on the flip.
Hippopotamus.
That's all right.